You're watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Centenary College men's and women's golf programs. The gents coming off a 5th place finish a season ago at the SCAC Championships, while the ladies took home 6th place at the SCAC tournament. Centenary men's and women's golf program will once again be led by head coach Emlyn Aubrey, along with junior Brodey Warner on the men's side and junior Erin Rostro on the women's side. Coach, Brodey, Erin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, I'll start with you. Heading into your 11th season now as the head coach of the gents and ladies golf programs. Through your first 10 seasons, what did you learn over the course of that time period that's helped prepare you for the challenges of a new season?
Well, every year's different, so you just got to learn what you can each year, kind of roll with it. It's just you just never know what's coming up each year. So you put the good things in your memory bank. You try to forget the bad things, and like I said, just kind of go with it. Go with the adversity. Go with the good stuff, and hopefully by the end of the season, everybody will leave happy.
Brodey, for you as a junior now and an upperclassman on this roster, what has been your mindset as you get prepared for this spring 2019 season? Do you feel like you've had to sort of shoulder a little bit more, leadership responsibility as an upperclassman in this program now?
Definitely, yeah. I feel like I can do that vocally, but as well as my play. Hopefully shoulder a little bit more of the play. And just help the guys around me have more motivation and energy going into some of these tournaments, and hopefully that translates into some good results.
Erin, for you now in your first year as an upperclassman, as a part of this ladies golf program, your junior season, kind of how have you seen your role in this team progress from your first 2 seasons to now as an upperclassman? Do you feel like you, like I asked Brodey, have sort of had to shoulder some of that leadership responsibility?
Oh yeah, for sure. My first 2 seasons I was with the same girls that were in the position I am now, and just last year we lost pretty much the whole team, and so seeing them go and me knowing I had to fill their positions, it's been a big honor, and I've been trying to do that through my play and trying to have the team act more than just a team and as a group in unison as well.
Brodey, as you've prepared for this spring season, what is one aspect of your game that you worked really hard on over the course of the summer and through this fall to continue to get better that you know will help you out there on the golf course this spring?
Past couple months I've definitely been in the gym trying to gain some weight, which translates into a little more distance off the tee for me. And I feel like I've accomplished that coming into the spring season. And just in doing that, that would help my game tremendously. Also, just trying to work on my ball striking, trying to hit a few more greens per round. Just making sure I'm keeping up and trying to work on my weaknesses in my game to improve my overall game. And so, yeah.
Erin, for you, as you prepared for a round and you're going through warm-ups, is there an aspect in your game where maybe early on in the round, whether it's off the tee, it's putting, it's long irons, mid-range irons, that if that aspect of your game is really going well, that it kind of gives you confidence that this has a chance to be a special round or a special weekend for you?
I know I'm pretty confident in my chipping, which most times can save me. So I try and make sure that my chipping is as good as it can be every single tournament that I go into. Because even if I'm not having a good iron day, I can at least chip my ball up to the green and get a decent enough putt where it's not something I have to worry about. So that's the main thing that I try and focus on right before a tournament.
Coach, for you, I think one of the toughest challenges as I look at it as a head coach for golf programs is sort of harnessing that mental aspect of it with your players. Obviously, you can work on the stroke, the putting, driving, the mechanics of it are things that you can address, but the mental game is such a huge part of golf. How do you kind of approach that as a head coach and work with both of these programs to make sure mentally they're as good as they can be heading into the tournament weekends?
Well, I think the main thing is we struggle with inconsistency, we'll say, Both these teams play well and practice well here in town, but sometimes we struggle to take the show on the road, so to speak. So, I just try to keep them calm out there, try to, give them some good thoughts, make them laugh when I can, and, mainly just try to relax them as much as possible. I feel that's the best way to really start playing, up to their capabilities. Both squads are very talented, I think, and, we can break through at any moment. We're just kind of waiting for that, I think. And, instead of, I'm going to have them sit back and think about, again, not really wait for that moment. Let's go ahead and try to find that before we leave for our first tournament. Let's go ahead and get that and play like they practice here in town and see what we can do on the road and see how we can compete when we play our best.
Sort of similar, Coach, kind of sticking with that theme. Golf, obviously there's a very big individual aspect of it, but here at the college level, there is a team component certainly as well. How do you try and, get traction, get motivation for your players out there on the course when obviously, they're not all connected at all times. You're not able to be with each player throughout, every shot or every hole. How do you try and kind of get momentum and get the traction rolling for both of your programs when you're out there in the middle of a tournament?
Well, I think, again, it is a team sport ultimately, but, they're out there on their own, like you say. So, I go around, check on them, make sure they're in the good place or as good a place as they can be at the time. And then, if I don't really offer information on how others are playing unless they ask me. So some of them feed off of that. If others are playing well or even playing poorly, some of them feed off that and change their approach a little bit. But mainly it's just, we're going out there. I'm trying to keep each one in their element, in their comfort zone throughout the day. And then we just add them up at the end, basically. So we go out and eat afterwards and talk about it, and then we start over again the next day. So, the team part really comes at home with practice, and then on the road just after a round of golf. I think that's where we can kind of gather and become a team, become more comfortable with each other, and then help each other if we need it on the way.
Brodey, you've talked about some aspects of your game that you've worked hard at to continue to grow and get better. How would you describe your game? Are you the type of golfer that, is going for it on every par five when it's your second shot? Or are you more, aiming to the middle of the greens, trying to make pars, and if you can get a birdie, then that's successful? What style sort of fits your personality best?
It just all depends on the course you're playing. You have to look at the whole layout of it. If you have a pin that is tucked in a corner, you obviously, unless you have a wedge in your hand, would look to, maybe middle of the green. Obviously, if you get greens and regulations, you have more birdie putts. More birdie putts equals lower scores, so that's that.
Erin, for you, as you look ahead to the season, what is it that motivates you individually to continue to get better day in and day out as a golfer?
For me, I definitely think having Coach there and having him help me with my golf swing every single season is a big motivation tool, because every single season there's something that I can get better at. And I think we're finally at the point where we see all of the advice he's given me coming to a nice little package right now. And it's just looking really nice. And I think knowing everything that he's told me so far has helped me stay motivated and remember what I'm here for.
And finally, Brodey and Erin, for the two of you, as you've had discussions with your teammates about some of the goals for this 2019 season, what have those discussions looked like, and what are you both hoping to accomplish team-wise heading into this season?
On behalf of the men's team, I can honestly say everybody's ready to go. Every guy I've talked to on the team is itching to get out and get some competitive juices in there. Get some competitive juices going on. But I think one of our goals we've talked is our home tournament coming up. I know it's been more than a few years that we've done good at it. We would love to compete and hopefully win our home tournament. And then obviously in conference, point blank, we need to do better at conference. And I think this year we can all come together and as a collective unit and compete.
I think for the girls team, it's more about the mental aspect. I think we're really trying to help each other in a way where we know that this doesn't have to be everything's on the line, and you don't have to feel like this is all on each individual's shoulders, that we're a team. And if one person's not having a good day, that's okay, because another person is there to pick up the rest of the slack. And I think that we're just trying to focus on our mental aspects as a team and have that show in our golf game.
And Coach, finally to wrap things up with you, this season is successful if what plays out. What are you looking from both of these programs to kind of, continue to grow and improve and sort of take that next step? How would you view these two programs of having successful seasons if what plays its way out in 2019?
Well, on the ladies' side, as Erin mentioned, we lost a lot of players to graduation last year. We didn't have a great recruiting year, so we're actually a little bit slim on the ladies' side as far as numbers. But we got a team of 4, and they're just going to go out and have some fun and hopefully get better each week we play, and again just kind of see where we fall at the end of the season. I think we have pretty good solid core, even though we don't have that 5th score to back us up. I think we can throw three good numbers out there, and the 4th one's getting better, and we can just kind of see how it turns out at the end. On the gents side, we have a good core of guys that have been here for several years now. We only have 2 seniors. The rest are Brodey and another junior Reed. And then we got some sophomores and a couple freshmen, so we got a pretty good variety. And 6 of them, I guess, have been here for at least a year together. So again, they're just looking to gel with them, come together as a team a little bit, and mainly just for them be more consistent throughout each tournament. In the past we've thrown some scores out that just they 2 or 3, 4 good scores, or 2 or 3 good scores. The 4th one's kind of hurt us in the past a couple of years, so we're looking to clean that one up, and then even throw that 5th score in there where we're not afraid to throw that one out at the end of the day. We're happy to throw that one out at the end of the day. So again, just some consistency. These guys have learned quite a bit the time they've been here, so we'll see if it falls together for them as well.
The Centenary College men's and women's golf programs. Again, the gents and ladies will be led head into the season by head coach Emlyn Aubrey, along with junior Brodey Warner on the men's side and junior Erin Rostro on the women's side. Coach, Brodey, Erin, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
See you soon.